Hello friends, welcome to Input Output Gamma. So today in this video we'll discuss about the essential latest coding question, and this is a string type coding question. So this is very important coding question, and you know in every competitive exams you'll get one string type question. So this question is not only important for your essential coding test, this is also important for your other on campus and off campus examination. Okay, so before starting the video, make sure you have subscribed to this channel and press the bell icon, because when I will upload a new video you'll get the notification first. Okay, so let's start the video. So here's the question. So you will be input some string and we need to return a string with how many times each letter shows up in the string by using $sign. So in this string we have to count how many times each letter occurs. So A occurs in this input string one time, so we have to shows up at $, that is A occurs one time, so that's why we'll write here $1. So here C occurs times in this string, so we'll write C and then colon and then $2 because C occurs two times. So similarly E occurs two times, so $2, and N occurs one time, so $1, and T occurs one time, so $1, U occurs one time, so $1, and R occurs one time, so $1. So in this way we have to show the output. So the first thing that comes to our mind is the first we have to count the frequency of each character, because without calculating the frequency we can't do this operation. So the first task will be count the frequency of each character into this string. Okay, so this is the first task, and we can do this using a simple for loop. Okay, and we'll store the value into a vector. Okay, and our next task will be to print this output as per their frequencies. Okay, so for that we'll use another for loop and we'll check for every character in the vector the frequency of the character, and we'll print this output as expected. Okay, so we'll solve this question, that is we'll write the code in just two steps. So our first step is to count frequencies of each character and store them into vector. Okay, and if you have not much more knowledge about vector, then please go to the description and this was the vector video which I have made, and in that video I have explained the vector in a very simple way and step by step, so you can check this video from this description below. So this is the step 1. Okay, so our next step is to print the output. So in step 2 we'll print output. So we'll print output as expected. As expected means we'll print the output as their frequencies. So the frequency of A is 1, so we'll print $1, and then the frequency of C is 2, so we'll print $2. Okay, so we have to maintain this format, that is we have to write this colon also, and we have to write this comma also. Okay, and we have to maintain all these things. Okay, so let's write the code. So we'll write the code using C++. So first write the basic format of the C++. So has include string using namespace standard int main, and inside this main function write a string, because the input is only string. So write string s and take the string input from the user, and for that write sin s. Okay, so write your function. Suppose the name of the function is fun, and in this function pass the string s. Okay, so before this main function write this same function, and the return type will be what? So the return type will be a string, so the output is a string. So the return type will be string. So write here string and then the name of the function. The name of the function is fun, and inside this write string s. So this is the name of the string, and inside this for loop we'll write a empty string where we'll store the result. So for that write here string result. So this will store the result, and this is empty string. Okay, so next we'll write a vector. So if you are not compatible with vector, then please watch my vector video. So there I have explained the vector in a very simple way, and the link of this video will be in the description. Okay, so please watch that video. So write here vector. So for that write here vector, and inside this write the data types of the vector. So the data type is integer because we want to store the integer type values into the vector. Then the name of the vector, so you can write it anything. So the name of the vector is suppose v, and then write the size of the vector. So suppose the size of the vector is 26. Why 26? Because there are 26 characters. So that's why we have taken the size of the character as 26 and initialize the age position as 0. Okay, so now we'll write a for loop to count the frequency of each character into the string. So for that write here for int I equals to 0, I less than s dot length, and then I plus plus. So we will be calculating the character. So for that write here character, and the name of the character is ch. Okay, so the first character of this string, so our string was suppose Accenture. Okay, so the first character is a, and the first character will be stored into this ch. So s of I will be stored into this ch. So s of I is a, and this a will be stored into this ch. So you know the ASCII range of the small letters is from 97, that is it starts from 97. So if we subtract 97, so the value of a is 97. Okay, so this is the ASCII value. So if we subtract 97 from this a, there will be 0, and this will be the position in the vector. So in the 0 position a will be stored, that is a will not be stored, the frequency of a will be stored. Okay, so for that write here another variable like int x, and it will store the integer value, that is the position. So s of I minus 97. So s of I is a, so a minus 97, that is 97 minus 97, which is 0. So 0 will be stored into this x. Okay, so 0 is the position. So in the vector, in the 0 position, that is v of x position, will increase the frequency. So the frequency of each position of the vector was 0, so will increase the frequency by 1. Okay, in the 0 position. So x is 0, so in the 0 position of the vector will increase the frequency because a is found. Okay, so in this way we'll do all the operation for this string. So this for loop is for counting the frequency of each character. So this is for counting the frequency of each character. Okay, so next we'll write a for loop to print the expected result. So for that write here a for loop. It will be start from 0 and it will go up to 25, that is less than 26. Why? Because our vector is of size 26, so that's why we'll iterate from 0 to less than 26. So for that write here for int I equals to 0, I less than 26, and then I plus plus. So now we'll check if vector of I, that is the 0 position in the vector. So you know in the 0 position of the vector the frequency was 1 because in the 0 position the frequency of a was stored, and in the Accenture you can see the frequency of A is 1. So in the 0 position of the vector, the frequency is 1. So if the v of I equals to 0, that is, if there is no frequency, then we'll skip this step. So to skip the whole step, what we will do? We'll write continue. So continue will skip the current step. That is, the rest of the operation will not work, and it will check for the next step, that is I will be increased, and it will check for the I equals to 1 position and then I equals to 2 position. Okay, so that's why we'll write here continue. So now we'll store the character into the result. So result will be result plus I plus 97. So 97 is the starting position of any small number, that is A, B, C. So the starting position of this small number is 97, and if we add 97 to the I value, that is our I value is 0, so 0 plus 97 will be 97. So 97 in ASCII character means A. So this is a character and this is a number, so we have to typecast this. So we have to convert this to character. Okay, so this will be stored into the result, and after that we want to print. So first we want to print the character and then a colon. So we have to store a colon into the result. So result is a string, so we are storing here. So result equals to result plus colon. Okay, so in this way we'll store the output. So after we'll print the frequency of each character by this $sign. Okay, so for that we'll write a for loop here. For int j equals to 0, j less than v of I and j plus plus. Okay, so why j equals to 0 to j less than v of I? So v of I contains the frequency, so we'll print the $sign 5 times if the frequency is 5, and we'll print the $sign 1 times if the frequency is 1. So for that we have write here j less than v of I, and here we'll store the dollar. So here we'll store the dollar into the result. So our result is an empty string, and here we are storing all the result, and finally we'll print it. Okay, so result equals to result plus dollar, and after writing this character and then this colon and then this dollar, we have to print a comma. So for that, store the comma into the result. So result equals to result plus this comma. Okay, finally output it. Okay, vector was not declared in line number 6. Okay, so for that right here has include vector. Okay, so run it again. Okay, there is an error in line number 25, that error expected semicolon before result. Okay, line number 24. Okay, in line number 23 we have not terminated this line. Okay, so let's write again. Okay, it's completed successfully. So our input was Accenture and our output is like this. Okay, so give here the input, that is A C C E N T U R E. Okay, press enter. So after this we have to return. So we have to return the result here because we have not returned the result. So return result. Okay, so run it again. So right here Accenture. Okay, press enter. Okay, here is the output. So see here, our output was this, and there was a colon and there was a comma after the dollar. Okay, but there is no comma after the end. Okay, so here you can see there is comma, so we don't want this comma, so after this string. Okay, so for that what you have to do, so you know result is a string and we can cut this string, that is into substring. Okay, so for that right here substr, so this will cut the string from position 0 to result dot its length, and we don't want to cut its full length, so we want to cut the output from this A to this dollar. If the length of this output is suppose L, so we want the output length as L minus 1, because we don't want the last character. Okay, so this will be excluded. So for that right here result dot length minus 1. Okay, so this substring will cut this output result from 0 position, and the length will be length minus 1. So if the length of this is, so let's store it into another string, suppose string answer, and we'll return this answer. Okay, so let's run it again. Okay, there is an error in line number 33. Okay, so spelling mistake, string. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, substring was not declared in the scope. Okay, this substring is a function and this is included into string header file. So right here let's include string.h. Okay, so you don't have to write and remember all these header files. So what you can do, you just include a header file, that is as include bits standard C++.h. So this contains all the header files, so you don't have to write any other header files separately. So just write this header file here. Okay, let's run it. So one thing that we have not write here, that is this substring. So this is a substring, and substring of which string, so we have not write here. So our string was a result and we want the substring from that result, that is from that string. So our string was result, so this is the string and we want a substring from this result string, so you have to write here result dot substring. Okay, so now run this again. Okay, so give your input Accenture ACCENTU array, press enter. Okay, perfect. So here you can see this is the perfect output as expected. Okay, so this is our expected output and there is no comma after this output. So here you can see there is no comma after this output. Okay friends, so this is the whole code. You can see here this is the whole code. And if you find this video helpful, then please like the video and share it with your friends, and please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so when I will upload a new video you'll get the notification first. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.